Hey, what's up, Forum? Gorilla Hands here, and I'm giving you another gameplay commentary. This time the gameplay is provided by Random Hero, and it's a game of TDM on radiation. Now, this game is probably going to be a little bit different from what you're normally used to seeing, and that's because Random was running with a group of Forum, and they decided for this match that it was only going to be pistols. So, no primary weapons, just when you spawn, you start with your pistol and pistols only. Kill streaks were okay to use, and if you run out of ammo, you can pick the weapon off somebody's body. And I like the idea of simply handicapping yourself. When the game kind of gets boring or stagnant, creating these little rules for yourself really keeps the game fresh and going. It'd be interesting to see if a team could win a game using something like ballistic knives or crossbows only, because those weapons are more for style. They're not really the most effective things to use in this game, and it really would be difficult to see if a team could just use those weapons by themselves and see if they could win. And since this game is pistols only, I decided to talk about sidearms in this game and how it compares to Modern Warfare 2. I mean, it really is a big difference from that game. In Modern Warfare 2, you could use these machine pistols, you had these sniper shotguns. I mean, you really had this full armory of secondaries, and this game really nerfed that a lot. You really don't have the capacity to have as much, you don't have as much firepower as you once did. And for me, it really forced me to change my tactics from Modern Warfare 2. I mean, I don't think I had a single class in that game that had pistols as secondaries. I think maybe once I tried akimbo magnums, but I think every one of my classes always had either Raffica, SPAS 12, or the AA-12. And anytime I entered a building, I just pulled those guns out. There wasn't really a true incentive to use the pistols just because you had so much firepower with the machine pistols and the shotguns at your disposal. And this game kind of takes you out of, at least for me, it took me out of that comfort zone. I remember when I first started playing it, the second I started going into a building, I'd hit Y, thinking, okay, well, it's time to pull out my close range weapon. But that doesn't really work in this game because secondaries are nerfed and are truly secondaries. I mean, one of the problems with Modern Warfare 2 was you could use the SPAS 12 or even the Raffica or the PP2K or whatever it was. You could use those as primaries for an entire round or an entire match and most likely consistently go positive. And this game kind of diverged from that. I mean, I don't think I could play an entire match or play consistently and do well using secondaries only, and I like that change. It kind of, again, forces you to use your primary. In Modern Warfare 2, I remember there was a little adjustment period for me, because every time I saw a sniper in that game, I thought how I did in COD 4, and that was, okay, this guy's got a sniper and a pistol, close range is going to be easy. But no, in Modern Warfare 2, the guy could have any assortment of shotguns or a machine pistol and be able to handle, all long-range engagements and close-range engagements. So I'm glad they made those changes back to kind of the COD 4 World at War style for this game. I like the idea that the secondaries are this last offensive that you have. It's not something that you'd use normally. You truly rely on your primary. And these secondaries are generally harder to use versus Modern Warfare 2. I mean, like the SPAS 12 and the AA-12, you just fire it off in a general direction and you get the kill without really having to aim. In this game, your secondaries, somebody with the better accuracy and the faster trigger finger is really going to excel using these weapons. And you might notice that watching Random play this game. I mean, he does a good job of lining up the shots accurately and firing off a couple rounds before the guy can even react. And he's also the reason that RC car saw a blip on the radar and decided to turn around and take out poor Smoke. Gotta love those RC cars. But I thought I'd ask you guys, what secondaries do you like to use the most in this game? Looks like Random seems to prefer the Python and the M1911, and that gun definitely is the shiniest gun in this game. Me personally, I enjoy for my running gun class, I like the Makarov with the extended mags. They work great, you can pull them out quickly in a bind, and it's a 3-shot kill from, I think, most distances, and it's got, with the extended mags, you can put down anybody. You have enough ammo to handle most situations with that one clip. And before I go on, I thought this part was kind of strange that, Random shoots the guy from behind, and he makes zero effort to turn around and look at him whatsoever. I don't know what the guy was thinking, but it got him that chopper gunner, so no complaints I think are coming from Random. Let's see, some of the other secondaries I like to use for my I guess my camper class or my tactical class. Dual pythons work really well. They take a little longer to draw, but they are really effective at close quarters combat. And I also have for my anti-camper class a secondary is the RPG. So those are the three secondaries that I generally like to use the most. But feel free in the comments to let me know what secondaries you guys prefer to use. What's your typical favorite for this game? And I sped up the majority of the end of this match because a lot of people quit or left the game when Random pulled out that chopper gunner. And if I had to really have a true complaint about this game, there's still problems with the matchmaking, especially with people leaving the games and they're not being repopulated. I never really had much of an issue in Modern Warfare 2 where we would have empty lobbies. But I think for the remainder of this game, it really is just, the form versus maybe one or two guys, and it really makes for very slow, very boring gameplay. And then once that game is finalized, you get put back in a lobby that isn't going to get repopulated. So your team has to back out all over again and try to, do the matchmaking all over again to find a new lobby to go into. So, I'm still finding that a lot of my time is spent searching for games, and then even once we get in those games, it's 6v1. So hopefully Treyarch will address that in a patch later on. I mean, that's really the only gripe I have with the game, that and the hit detection. But for the most part, I'm actually pretty happy with how this game plays. But it looks like the game's coming to a close. As always, let me know what you guys think of the video in the commentary. And if you are new to this channel, feel free to subscribe and also check out the Forum Boys website. I'll include a link in the description. The final score is 31-1. Nicely done, Random. And as always, guys, take it easy.